Creating a story is a beast of a task, but before you do that, how do you start it? Today we're talking about the art of a story hook. Now, I know that a lot of people watching this might be coming for D&D, but we are talking about stories, not just campaigns. However, I do use these techniques in all of my stories, books, short stories, campaigns. A story needs a hook no matter the form. Now, a hook is the thing that keeps your viewers reading, your watchers watching, and your players playing. So how do you craft a hook that grabs your audience and doesn't let go? Well, here's a few tips to help make your story's opening a little more irresistible. Now, first of all, think about some of the best story hooks. Breaking Bad, Star Wars, A New Hope, Game of Thrones. They all start in the meat of the action. In Breaking Bad, Walter White is in his underwear saying goodbye to his family in a video. In Star Wars, we open on a ship battle. Game of Thrones starts with, well, whatever this is. So many stories just get right into the details. Our attention span is just shorter. We've been trained by the media to digest information faster. This means that if you want a good hook, you need to work harder. Skip the fluff, just get into it. Once you get them hooked, you can bring the energy back down, but starting strong is a great way to pique your audience's interest right away. Then there's tip 2, which is to have a good mystery or a question. I don't mean having the first sentence or line or whatever be a literal question. I'm talking about bigger picture. What if we were actually part of a simulation and we were fueling machines? The Matrix. What if we cloned some dinosaurs? Jurassic Park. What if my toys came to life when I was gone? Toy Story. Having a unique mystery or question right away can create some of the most unique scenarios, and these unique scenarios are just compelling simply by being different. So if you can present a world that is immediately interesting, it'll be harder for your audience to turn away. Now, tip 3 is to create an emotional connection right away. Spoilers ahead for The Last of Us. I'll give you a sec. Skip ahead if you don't want to hear about it. Although you would know within a few minutes because it's the hook and we're talking about hooks. So, in The Last of Us video game, we start by playing as Sarah, Joel's daughter. We watch the world fall apart around her and descend into chaos very quickly, and then, when we switch to playing as Joel, she is shot and taken away from us. This is genius, especially in a video game, because the game starts with us playing as her. We immediately connected to her because we were her. We weren't expecting for something so sad to happen, and this is the same with the HBO show too. The only difference is that it's much more visceral as a player of the game rather than just watching the show. Now, switching to something like a movie, Finding Nemo starts with an emotional connection to Marlin and his wife, and then tragedy hits them, and now we care about Nemo and his dad because we've seen what they've been through. And we can go on and on. Pixar's Up, Harry Potter, Pirates of the Caribbean, Saving Private Ryan. We care about the characters almost immediately, so use emotion to make your people care. Now, tip number 4 is to create high stakes earlier. In Atlantis, The Lost Empire, we see the destruction of Atlantis. Now, this is a great combination of sort of a bunch of the tips all in one, but the thing it does best is establish just how enormous the destruction of the civilization was. In Lord of the Rings, we see the scope of a war against orcs, against evil, so when the ring is discovered again, we know it's bad. Same with Game of Thrones. We watch a man survive a horrifying experience, and that was just in a few minutes. It's no wonder that the rest of the series was so gut-wrenching. We knew right away that the characters were all going to die. Set the stakes, do it fast, and your audience won't want to turn away. And then finally, tip number 5 is to say something striking. I Am an Invisible Man from Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. It's a great and curious first line. Once there were 4 children whose names were Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy. This story is about something that happened to them when they were sent away from London during the war because of the air raids. Well, you read that and now we want to know what happens to these kids because we barely know who they are, and already we know that something else other than the war happened to them. In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And for my D&D fans, Brennan Lee Mulligan's opening for Beyond Exandria, where he just says, fire. Although arguably all of his hooks are just pure gold. What I want you to see is that a hook is not one thing that you do well. It's a combination of piquing curiosity, pulling on emotions, setting expectations, and making the viewer care. And care so much that they want to know if the character or the world makes it out or how it changes. A good hook takes a lot of practice, but I promise you if you put some thought into it, it's worth it. I really hope this helped. Let me know in the comments down below what you do for your own hooks. What do you think I'm missing here? And now for some quick shoutouts. Noah Rice 3362 says, I wonder if he's thinking that Chewbacca should get a medal too, of course. Quite the conclusion. I wish I could actually get a campaign to finish. Sadly, my luck has been pretty poor with that. This is definitely helpful. Thanks for making this. I found this one on the bus home from school. It brightened up my day even more. Well, you know what? I'm glad it helped. I'm really sorry to hear about the parties. The good thing about D&D parties is that you only need to find that one party that one time for it to last years or even decades. So just keep looking, you'll find that party. Assassin Charizard, awesome name, says, Tobias is there in time for rewards. Yes, good catch. Taco comment. Taco, just Taco. I love that. Tobias is getting the medal he deserves. Yes. Finally, somebody knows. Somebody finally understands what it is that Tobias deserves. He deserves a medal. He deserves 10 medals. Eye of Endor commented, there's a little cutie, I hope he gets a medal. Look, again, he's gonna get 10, 20, who knows? He's a displacer tree. He's a displacer beast. Thank you so much to all of you who, nope. Good job to all of you who are keeping an eye out for Tobias. Now, if you saw Tobias in this video, nope. Now, leave a comment with your, leave a comment with the timestamp. Leave a timestamp. Leave a timestamp in the comments. Leave a timestamp in the comments down below for where you. Holy shit! You have no idea how long it's been taking me. You have no idea how long it's taken me to get through this. Shout out to the editor. I am so sorry. Viewers, just leave the thing in the thing. You know what I'm trying to ask. Just, yeah. Okay. As always, thank you so much for watching. Forge on, my friends, and we'll see you next time, adventurers.